of all, don't forget that if you have some ideas of your own for future WGTU videos, either a topic or a game that you'd like me to discuss, you can leave a comment on YouTube, contact me on Twitter, or send me an email. It's always great to exchange the community, and I think it's really cool we can build this series together, so feel free to share your thoughts. And with all that said, let's dive in and discuss character evolution. Now, when we're children, it's kind of obvious that we'll keep on changing over the years. We're supposed to learn about the world, other people, and also ourselves. Nobody would expect someone to be exactly the same at 3 and at 20 years old. However, there is this shared thinking that adults are more fixed characters, that when you've finished your studies and started a career, you've engaged on the road that you'll drive for the rest of your life. This consensus is starting to change, but it's still pretty common. But if you look at it, we evolve just as much as adults as we do when we were children. Be it because the world is changing and we adapt to it, or because of personal milestones and special moments, we keep on growing our entire lives. This is something that is particularly important in fiction, actually. Usually, we expect the heroes of a story to have a journey and to change over the course of the narration. Writing a character arc is often paramount to having the public relate to them and conveying a real sense of achievement by the end of the story. Sure, some movies or books are amazing, despite not relying on this character arc concept. In Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones doesn't have a real character evolution. He ends the story just as adventurous and hot-headed as he began it. Yet we see this mechanism used in lots of great series, like the Star Wars saga, the Harry Potter series, or the various Final Fantasy episodes. Depicting character evolution is never a marked trail, and sometimes creators prefer to focus on how the heroes react to changes around them rather than in them. That's typically the case for action-adventure stories, like with Indie. But funnily enough, in the world of video games, our very own Indiana Jones is known for having pretty big character evolutions over just a few days. Meet Lara Croft, from Tomb Raider. The famous explorer has had her own series of games for quite a while, but today I will focus on the reboot developed by Crystal Dynamics and released in 2013. Because it is a condensed version of all the previous opuses that completely revolved around how the young Lara became a survivor. In this game, Lara starts off as an intelligent but also innocent and lost young woman. Throughout her time on the Yamatai Islands, however, she quickly grows into a strong and quite deadly version of herself, and this progression is regularly highlighted during cutscenes, with mirror camera shots to show her transformation. Sure, Lara's change is drastic. Because Tomb Raider's first goal is to entertain and empower players, the evolution is rapid and a bit excessive, compared to most of our everyday life situations. But it's still a well-cinematized character evolution, with all the necessary ups and downs to justify her changing. And the story highlights how difficulties, mistakes, but also caring for others are all prone to making us move forward. The interesting thing with an interactive medium like a video game is that character arcs can be shown through narration but also through game mechanics, in particular via the common RPG skill and upgrade systems. Improving Lara's abilities and weapons is a way of connecting character evolution to gameplay evolution, and to somewhat transfer some of the on-screen progression to the players themselves. This way, you accompany the character throughout her changes, in spite of how extreme they are, which is key to keeping you in sync with her and having you relate to your avatar, and so keeping you immersed in the story. Tomb Raider is also a good example of the impact that your life has on you and your values, and how it can modify your personality, for better or for worse. For example, chances are that at the beginning of this adventure, Lara did not expect to actually kill people. But if all those fictions have taught us one thing, it's that heroes stay true to who they are at the core, and that their true values will remain no matter how crazy the world gets. So, what if Tomb Raider, in addition to being this super enjoyable, action-packed cinematic adventure, was also a great example of character evolution? And please tell me in the comments, with all these falls and wounds, how come she still has such great hair by the end of the game? I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share it if you did, to subscribe to the channel and to turn on notifications to not miss the next ones. And of course, if you have any other idea of games that tell us something without us noticing, please go ahead and tell us in the comments. As always, thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for the rest of this series.